All right, we are live for the first time ever. This is big for me. I'm just figuring this out, so we will see how this goes. I really have no idea how to live stream. This is a test, really. Just so you're aware, this is not live. It's a 30-second delay, so I can't. It's just I can't give live data, I guess, over the live stream. So this is the way I'm doing it for now till I figure out what the law is on that. And yeah, I don't know how to look at the chats. Oh, chat's on the side there. Okay, so what do I do here? I'm just going to go over the charts the way I normally do. Eventually, I'm going to just keep messing around with this, figure out what. I guess I have to keep coming back here to see if anyone is on. Okay, well, we are still bouncing. That is the theme of today. Let's see where this bounce tops out. We're opening up close to the high of yesterday's range, so that is a good thing on the S&P 500. We got support from the 12 moving average here, also from the previous resistance, which is a very good look for continuation. Everything is screaming bull to me. We are looking good. The 4-hour is just getting its, we would expect a lower high than the all-time high. It is the S&P, so anything can happen, but that is what I'm looking at this time with that big of a pullback. So for ES, we're just opening a little bit green really on the S&P. And at this point, I would only expect an inside bar. We can't, because of where we're opening in the middle of this range, I wouldn't be expecting to be setting the higher low. But we'll see how they want to close this week. I really feel like they want to close this week strong to kind of stick it to the bears into the weekend, make them feel uncomfortable. It's just kind of a psychology thing. The Nasdaq's looking strong. It is definitely pulling up the S&P. The Russell's seeing a pretty good bounce. We're opening up close to the high. The Nasdaq, we actually broke the high now. We've actually broke yesterday's high on the Nasdaq. So we are definitely expecting a higher low. Right now we have a pivot here, so this is our 4-hour higher low, and we're seeing continuation now. So this is a good sign that that daily higher low is, well, it is set now, but now we're looking at this resistance here and then just all-time highs. So I'm going to put both these right there. All right, and going through the other tickers, the Russell still in this tightening range, so I'm expecting that to keep tightening up. We're trying to set this daily higher low though. SMH still on its daily bounce, waiting for this to top out. It keeps going right now. Keep raising the daily higher low, almost closing the gap. I just have this feeling that we are going to close this week up strong. I see that I have viewers. If you have any chart requests, let me know. I'm just kind of figuring this out for the first time myself. Meta opening up in the middle of yesterday's range. Inside buyer very likely. It's not that big of a range though, so it has made enough room on the hourly to set a higher low. And then we're looking at this like wherever this tops out, we would be looking at Meta as a 4-hour inverse head and shoulders. I did take a position on Meta on this this candle right here. So I'm red on this position, just waiting for this 4-hour bounce. Because it's now hit 4-hour oversold, I am taking it off my list, and it needs to basically make a new all-time high. I need to get out risk-free on this position, and that is my top priority for this trade. I also got in JP Morgan on 1 hour oversold. I believe it was somewhere right here, 265. Yeah, so we're kind of looking at like this, like a equilibrium, actually, like drawn out equilibrium. Looking at this resistance, we need to get over 268. I got an alert on HIMS. Checking that out. Oh, geez. Okay, this is obviously news related. Okay, this might. Yeah, I'm not touching HIMS. This looks news related, so that's taking that alert off. So essentially what I do, my style of trading, I just every day I look at what names made all-time highs. I go through this list. I pick out the ones that have the most or have significant volume, and it also has to be relative volume. I like it around 1. I don't like when it starts being multiples, like 3.5. That means it's like a rare occasion, higher than normal volume. I like to, find something that has good liquidity I can get in and out of. So from there, I take all the new all-time highs. I set 15 1 hour and 4 hour oversold alerts. And when the time comes, when I get the alert, I then choose what my entry style would be. Do I play it off of support? Do I play it off of break of a critical level? Essentially, that's what I'm looking at. And so every alert that comes up, it's because it's coming from an all-time high, directly from an all-time high. And no chats. And that is what I look at essentially. All right, going through more names. IBM made new all-time highs yesterday. So IBM is back on my list for 15-minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour oversold. I got in on this bounce down here, which was the 12 moving average. I wanted a higher low than this gap up bottom here. I was expecting an equilibrium where we went straight into a new higher high, which is a great look. Whenever this tops out, we are looking for a higher low and just setting stops as we go up. Palantir, that is a name watching right now. We're right in the gap fill territory. We're up a little bit. We're bouncing on the 4 hour. We need to get above this mother bar, essentially. And then we are above the 0.382, so a bear flag is less likely now, but we need to get more space so we can set a 4 hour higher low on the way back down. So I personal opinion, I feel like this was possibly a volume climax, and I don't like that we are in gap fill territory and that this bottom didn't hold. But with this volume, I just have this feeling that they're going to want to close this week off strong, and that is my. I have actually calls that are expiring today in Palantir and a bunch of names. I think IBM, RGTI. I can't remember the rest of it. MBLY, BTDR. Most of them are in the money and doing really well, and it's their pure profit position. So that is the good thing about taking profit on the way up on these bounces. But yeah, once this does bounce, we would be looking for a daily lower high on Palantir because of the size of this pullback. But having this candle with this volume, and that is a lot of bull volume that came back into this, so that's a good sign that we could have set a higher low, and then that would be a weekly higher low. Obviously not set yet, but we want to close strong on the week. I don't think we're done yet with Palantir, but we'll see. We need more data to figure that out. Just going to post about my stream. Try and get more people. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, 13 minutes till the open. What else am I looking at? There's quite a few names made new all-time highs. 37. What was my interest? ADI, I believe ADI is on my list. What else did I throw in there? I think I put Capital One COF. FI I put on. PM put on. TIC I might have put on there actually. Just a reminder, there is a 30-second delay on all my live stream stuff, so just because I'm not sure if it's legal to stream live data, I have to figure that out. This is all new to me. I'll get better as we go along, as I keep doing these. I'm going to do this on Monday and possibly Tuesday, Wednesday next week. And then Friday. I'll do what I can. As many times as I can. It is a lot to do. The nice thing about my strategy, I don't have to really care to look at charts. I go through stuff. I only have to look at one chart at a time, because that's all I'm doing is one trade at a time. I wait for my alert. I watch my alert, and I go from there. Don't have to. It's very hands-off approach, and so that's why it's kind of, these live streams are just going to be more informational live streams than they are going to be, oh, we're doing getting in this trade, getting out of that trade, getting in this trade, because I am a swing trader. I generally will hold these overnight. Obviously there's more risk with that, but there's way more reward, and you will find that as you figure out your niche. This is mine, it works for me, and I'm happy with it. Palantir, still want to break this high. I want this to break because I have calls from way back. I bought calls right when the break of 65. So they were up 1,300%. I was hoping to get a 2,000% trade out of it. Didn't end up happening. My BABA's up 700% right now. It'll probably be closer to 900 on the open. It was at 900 yesterday on the open, or quickly after the open. But we are extended on everything as well on BABA. The reason why I'm keeping this position right now is because it's news related. If I see a pattern that looks like it's topping out, I might cut my profit. Also, I might cut some more at just at under 150, because that is the 3-month bear flag from this giant move. I would expect resistance at the 3-month mark. It's going to be a struggle to get all the way back up here, I'll tell you that. I expect it to, and I'm going to be buying pullbacks on this, but I'm not buying this where it is right now. I need to see some significant pullback in a way. I want to see 1 hour oversold, which I've got an alert for, or 4 hour oversold, which I'm about to set another alert for. So there, just set 4 hour oversold. I'm interested on 4 hour oversold for a weekly higher low. Like, this is absolutely crazy. We haven't even set a weekly higher low yet. It's going to happen at some point. Usually 4 hour oversold is the thing that marks that. So when this move tops out, I almost expect this to top out around the 150 range and then kind of fade down to this previous resistance, where I will get interested again. I would buy hourly oversold, but I would definitely be way more interested in 4 hour oversold for that weekly higher low. We need these EMAs to catch up. They are way behind right now, and we are very extended on it. all the time frames for medium time frames. Get that in my mustache. So yeah, it's a lot of just wait and see. But like I mean, this year I've probably made less than 40 trades, less than 40 trades this year, but I'm way up from that. They are very calculated trades and a high win percentage. I've only failed on maybe 3 or 4 so far this year. Everything's gone good. I've had winning trades that went to zero, lost all the profit on, but it was still a winning trade nonetheless. And I've had winning trades that have gone huge amounts that have definitely made up for that. Like a winning trade that's going to zero, FTAI. Let's see what's happening with that. FTAI. I bought this. I bought the pullback there. Where was it? I actually bought this pullback here, got out risk-free on this little bounce, and then literally the next day, this short report came out, and I bought 150s. Oh, actually, this is possible. I think I bought 150s, so these might be back in the money today. If we get a good day today, my FTA, I gotta look at that actually. Oh god. All right. I think it was. Yeah, that would be the recovery of a lifetime. That's crazy. FTI. Oh no, they're 160s. I got a long ways to go on that for that to be profitable. Down 98%. RGTI. I had 20 calls. Those are toast, but that was a profit position. BTDR. February 15th, 15 calls. BTDR. Essentially, I need a big day for this. Otherwise, like if we close at 15, if we have a big day, I'll maybe keep let the options expire. But yeah, this is not ideal. We're just in a longer downtrend now, and I'd be raising my stop so that I keep profit. I'll let it develop, but yeah, definitely keeping my stop there. This looks like it's a bit of a falling wedge pattern shaping up here, so it almost looks like we're about to put in a low, and we have earnings here, so maybe I might just sell it and call it a day on BTDR. What else I got? Oh, MS, February 135s. MS. Let's see how these are going. Okay, so yeah, we need to start seeing a bounce right now. Otherwise, these are going to expire worthless. Doesn't matter though. No, you're sexy. Okay, can you type in the chat actually? I want to see what, because I can't just type some stuff out. I just want to know where I can see it. All right, we'll see. Wait for the beeps, essentially. Oh, Okay. What is going on here? Why can't I? What is going on here? I cannot. Sorry, I don't know how to do this. Okay, all right. I can see. All right, this is working now. I was waiting for live chats at the top of the screen. Okay, sweet. Market's open in 2 minutes. Okay, let's get ready. Bank account open. I just do the stuff on my phone, so I know there's other ways to do it, or better ways to do it, but it's just so I can live stream and until I can figure this out. Hell yeah, bull run time. All right, ready for the open. I guess I'll go over Microsoft since I know you like Microsoft. RGTI, I'll go over that too. All right, opening up. Well, we're still middle of the range. We need to break this first thing, but still an inverse head and shoulders kind of pattern that I'm looking at here. We did break the right side, but we have enough room for that 4-hour higher low, which is great. Microsoft looking good. Let's see this bull run, baby. Let's see the bull run. SPY, pulling back first thing so far. We are looking for a 4-hour higher low, so then this all-time high. Palantir, I need this to break 109. I have 110 calls and I need them in the money. RGTI, got that 4-hour inverse head and shoulders. It looks like we're trying to set this now, but we need to make more room on this bounce to confirm. But we would be expecting a lower high than this high here with the amount of this pullback. So hopefully we can get some volume coming in here. I have RGTI February's expiring today. No alerts yet. Just waiting by. Come on RGTI, come on Palantir. Just topping out right at the high of yesterday so far. Was hoping we'd break it right away. JP Morgan, trying to get out of these or sell these calls as well. Orders. JP Morgan. Okay, so I need a little bit of a, this probably needs to hit 272 for me to sell. So we're now bouncing on the 4-hour officially. If we can get up to this 4-hour 12 EMA, I would definitely be sold by then. RGTI, seeing continuation. Baba, right at the high of yesterday. I'm just figuring out if I sell at 150, I might sell half of what I have left at 150 and then see where that takes us if we can break out above this. It's looking highly likely at this time. I'm going to set an alert here to take profit on Bubba. How we looking, boo-boo? Microsoft. Yeah, a little bit of a pullback. All is not lost. As I said, we're watching this kind of inverse head and shoulders. I know this shoulder broke, but still expecting a higher low and would expect a higher high depending on the pullback. RGTI looking good. Awesome. This is what we need. Everything looking good first thing in the morning. The S&P still looking for its 4-hour higher low. Ideally, we see a 15-minute oversold condition. Set that. We're almost there now. We're getting there. Meta. I'm looking at this like an inverse head and shoulders on the 4-hour as well. Unfortunately, the resistance right here is right where I bought, so I need to see a little bit of a follow through on that. Breaking that resistance here for me to get risk free on. JP Morgan topping out, possibly. Just quick break above. So not ideal for JP Morgan on the start. We need to close this. Need to get more follow through on this. IBM, new all-time high yesterday. That means all the 5 and 15-minute oversold conditions should be buying opportunities, which possibly it looks likely now. So that's good. Tesla, I've got options expiring today. 325, so we're in the money, we're good. I want to see a continuation though, obviously more. We've kind of got a head and shoulders pattern here to be worried about. RGTI though, I think RGTI might be my biggest position just because I have multiple positions. Obviously, or half of it's going to be closing today though. Confirming my profit. So Palantir, seeing some more upside. No alerts so far, so not taking any new trades. Nothing's been brought to my attention. Just reviewing stuff. Meta still just an inside bar. I want to see this bounce on the daily. Need it to break 707. Still just an inside bar, so then that could remain inside bar. SPY still pulling back. 5 minutes oversold. 15-minute is just approaching oversold. I want this to mark the low, higher low. I don't want to see follow through. I want to hold the low of yesterday is the main important part. So if we flush down first thing, fine, and then we bounce the rest of the day. That's what I play. That's the plays I love doing. So yeah, I'll be doing these every Friday for the foreseeable future. I got an alert on JCI. What is this, 1 hour? just hitting 1 hour oversold. I want this at the daily 12. We're right there. We have this JCI. I'm going to look at the option contracts. This is a contender. I'd be interested in a hold of this level or a break with no follow through of this level. Okay, JCI. Don't know what this company does. See what SPY's doing. I'm gonna add JCI so I can. One of my top watches for an entry. Okay, we broke through. This is where I would want to see no follow through. Option spread's pretty big. Not liking that so much. JCI, all the RSIs are pretty cooled off, so this has the potential for a lot of upside, essentially. Let's see. Potential for a lot of upside. Monthly's just starting to get look at oversold. The weekly, all right, essentially, yeah, we're looking for a weekly high or low at this point. We've got the previous high right here. I want to see, yeah, some sort of pivot. Not 100% sure I'll take this trade with the spread being this big. Still watching it. S&P, is it still... JP Morgan not doing much. RGTI stalling out at this high. So JCI is the only trade that I'm potentially interested in right now. Just with this weekly bear break potential, if we see a bear break with no fall through, or we get support from this previous top here, essentially, that would be a green flag to me. Take a possible entry. But I need to see this bounce right away. If we just keep getting follow through, then come and back test this, I'm not really overly interested. I get less interested. Okay, so JCI, March calls. The spread's kind of closing in a little bit on this. I wouldn't be taking too big of a position on this, actually. Let's see. Especially being a Friday. S&P, still waiting for a 5-minute bounce even. Just still looking for a higher low than yesterday. There's lots of room for it. And I expect an hourly higher low. Ideally, it's just a quick flush. And we close above the 80 MA to show strength in the S&P. The further this goes, the more we are at risk of not getting continuation. So we made it to the point just in between the 0.5 and the golden pocket. So it's going to be more difficult for this to go straight up into a new high. Need to start bouncing now essentially as the volume's decreasing. It's ideal. JP Morgan trying to get out of this trade. Baba looking good right at this high. Baba's one of those names. I'm waiting for 4-hour oversold especially, but even 1 hour oversold potentially. I would love to see a back test of this 119 area. Where are we gonna go? It's earnings related, so I think we'll see continuation. High likelihood. Give it the 3-day rule. But this is a big range, yesterday's candle, so quite a big range. Did we break? Very close. Just a couple pennies off. Meta not getting, still just an inside bar. Could get choppy on Meta. JP Morgan seeing a new high a day. Need to get up to this 270 range. I'd like to see, let's see, now that we're bouncing, I want to see it to 270.94 is the, or we could go from this whole move, 271.61 is, need to get above that, or this is just a 4-hour bear flag. IBM setting a 4-hour, trying to set a 4-hour high low. This upper trend line's been a problem, being a problem for IBM. RGTI seeing good follow through now. Need to confirm this inverse head and shoulders. Nvidia goes green now. Microsoft kind of chilling out. Yeah, possible we might just see an inside bar on Microsoft. Looking at this like a inverse head and shoulders. Apple just hanging out right in its equilibrium here. If we can break above that, that is a great sign. This will help pull the market up. Tesla, don't like that. Hanging out near the low. I have weeklies expiring. 325 weeklies today. We are in a 4-hour head and shoulders essentially. I don't want to lose this. If we lose this, I will cut it. yeah, I'll cut those weeklies if we lose this support, because I don't want to go through any more consolidation on the 4 hour, or any more daily consolidation, sorry, with that looming overhead. Everything else is looking great though, overall, for the most part. Meta getting a bit more, oh no, still an inside bar. JCI, let's see how that's doing. Okay, so JCI's, this looks, I'm going to take a look at JCI. Trade options, JCI. I do like that. JCI, I'll look at, oh, huge range again. Okay, yeah. I'm going to try and buy 30 calls at 110. Raised to 115. Okay, so I'm in JCI just for a bounce play. We'll see if we can get continuation here. JCI. Not a big position, just average. 117 is my cost average on the contracts. 117 times 1.25. So I'm setting a sell for 146 for most of them. 146, so these are for March. Yeah, we will see the bounce. If we don't bounce, well, that's no good. But I need this level to hold essentially at this point and start seeing upside. Okay, moving on. Meta still hanging out in that inside bar. JP Morgan still a look above and failed. Not loving JP Morgan now. RGTI looking for its 5-minute higher low. Big shooting top candle with a lot of volume on that. So there's a big resistance here at the 12, mid 12 range. Let's see where that. Yeah, there's a big wall of sells there. SPY still pulling back. Tesla, need you to bounce here. I am selling my February calls because they expire today. If I break this level, just to secure the profit. NVDA not doing much. Microsoft still in that daily inside bar. Palantir couldn't get above yesterday's high, possibly changing the 5-minute trend here, or trying to. Yep, bit of a pullback for sure first thing in the morning. We want to see this 15-minute set the 4-hour higher low. That is the plan. We are now in 15-minute oversold in the S&P. Want volume to start drying off. Looks possible here. Baba hanging out right underneath yesterday's high. See if we're getting any more of a bounce on GCI. No, not yet. Need to see a bit more of a bounce here on GCI. Yeah, money's just leaving the market right now. Nowhere is overly strong. Just hoping for a higher low on the low essentially now. And then we shouldn't expect, if we do get that, we shouldn't expect a higher high on the bounce. But we'll see. Volume's pretty steady coming down. Yep. Not ideal. Palantir red on the day now. RGTI still trying to find its 5-minute higher low. I'll just end this. A lot of room for that to happen. This is a name I want to blast today because we have options expiring today. Tesla as well. Palantir as well. Oh, same with IBM. I believe my calls are expiring today, some of them. Yeah, I do have 250 calls expiring today. Meta trying to farm its 5-minute higher low. Looks like an equilibrium. Bubble pulling back from its yesterday's high. I'm still, at this point, I'm still a bull, and I still think they'll probably want to close this week off strong. Nasdaq trying to get its bounce on. The Russell closer to its low. The Dow made a new low. That's not ideal. Oh no, the Dow. We need it to bounce now. Well, since this broke, that's not ideal. We're still in the cup and handle for this weekly cup and handle, but now we're seeing some follow through on this handle. We want to hold above the 0.5 on this. This was an equilibrium breaking bear, so caution on that. Not how we want to head into a bull market. You want to see everything get lifted together. Potential 5-minute tweezer on SPY. Need to break at the highs though. Palantir, Tesla's bouncing. They're trying to. Palantir heading to the low. RGTI still trying to find a 5-minute higher low. IBM just hanging out by its all-time high. See what GCI is doing. Just bear flagging on the 5-minute. So RGTI just hanging out in this equilibrium so far, looking for its 15-minute higher low. SPY getting more follow through the downside. Right close to yesterday's low, which was basically at the 12 moving average. We want to hold that ideally. Bulls are trying to come in. Trying to come in. Okay. Still no sign of a bounce yet. Tesla seeing these upper wicks, not ideal. on SPY. Let's close this candle out strong. Pretty big volume candle there, that's for sure. JP Morgan starting its 5-minute bounce. Still just a bear flag. Trying to get over that 5-minute bear flag. Baba making another run at this high. Let's see. SPY still trying to bounce. Nasdaq's looking okay. Nasdaq's looking better than SPY as far as relativity. SPY was closer to its low. Relatively. Oh, did we just double bottom on the? I gotta check this out. Yeah, SPY. We need to hold this low. Yeah, we need to hold this low. Nasdaq, we need to see this start bouncing. So I'm just gonna do another 25 minutes on the stream. SPY, no real sign of a bounce yet. Our GTI giving back a lot of the day, as it usually does. Still trying to find its 15-minute higher low. We're just at the 15-minute EMA, 12 EMA right now. Baba breaking to a new high a day. Looking for that 150 zone. JP Morgan seeing more than a 50% bounce so far. Increasing the likelihood of a higher low on the way back down. Palantir just hanging around and even. Baba's the talk of the town right now. From what I look at. SPY, no sign of a bounce yet. We don't want to lose this 607 level because there's a triple bottom here. No sign of a bounce yet. Possibly we could see a breakdown with no follow through into a bounce, but yeah, not ideal overall. SPY looks terrible. We could be trying to head into weekly consolidation. RGTI breaking low of the day. Still looking for a 5-minute or 15-minute higher low at this point, but then we would be looking for a lower high, even if we did bounce. So it looks like banks are trying to pull us up a bit. Banks are bouncing first. Well, not officially yet, but they are looking the most likely to start. Semis, we need semis and banks. Baba, bit of a shooting star at this point, turning into a hammer. Reversal. No new alerts, no new trades. Kind of a relaxed day. Oh wait, sorry, I did make one trade. JCI. Ideally we hold this level now. Start bouncing. First hourly oversold from an all-time high. You would ideally want to see that hold. I bought March 90 calls. And the reason is because we have quite a bit of room to the upside on the 4-hour, the daily, the weekly has room, and the monthly has room. So this potentially could be a mover. So that's why I'm interested in it. Has room to the upside. Meta setting its 5-minute higher low potential. Need to break this high. First off, 701.26, and then we have another level here. Multiple levels here, but we're breaking this one now. Oh, delete that. Oh, I got 3 alerts? What? I'm gonna check my alerts. Alerts? Or maybe this was from yesterday. Oh, hymns. That, yeah, that's just previous. Nice. Meta seeing a bit more of a bounce. Things are pulling up the market now. S&P is bouncing. JCI, that's what I need to bounce. Ideally we bounce here. If we make it back up to the high of the day, I would be risk-free by that point. Or the previous low. If we make it back up there, I could get risk-free pretty easily. 88.50. Yeah, that would definitely get me out. Yep, things are bouncing. JP Morgan trying to set a 5-hour or 5-minute higher low at the high of the day. Same with Meta. Still bouncing on the 5-minute though. RGTI straight at low of the day, new low of the day, straight into a bounce. Baba broke out of yesterday's range and then right back into today's range. Trying to set, we need this to set a 5-minute higher low, or we are risking opening up all this range. No new viewers, so that's okay. This is all for me. Something of mine's doing really well. What is going on here? It's probably Bubba. JP Morgan looks like it's possibly going to turn into an equilibrium. Tesla, geez. Meta pulling back. Baba need to set that 5-minute higher low. We're also looking at a head and shoulders if that is the case. With the amount of that pullback. Nvidia 5-minute equilibrium on the watch. We're cup and handling essentially. This is holding up strong. Primed for a continuation. We might have some Nvidia calls expiring today. Every month on the monthly expiry day, I will be having new calls expiring, either worthless or doing well. It's one or the other. Generally, I don't hit dead on the money. BTDR. So these are going to expire worthless. I had 15 calls. MBLY. I think I have MBLY too. Calls expiring. All right, SPY. With a quick 5-minute lower high and then right into more continuation. That's not what you want to see as a bull. With elevated volume too. So, well, might be a tough day. Or banks. Banks have a 5-minute inverse head and shoulders on watch. Want to break this high. Hold this low now. IBM still trying to set a 5-minute higher low. No new trades besides JCI, nothing happening there. Let's tell you this. What was I up in GCI? Meta tightening up, Nvidia still in this equilibrium here. Apple trying to go green. That's a good sign. We want Apple to go green. That's good for the market. The S&P just in its full-on sell mode still. Microsoft just trying to find a higher low than yesterday's high. But we've pulled back enough that we would expect a lower high now. So it's kind of looking, unless we break outside in the S&P, we could expect an inside bar on a lot of things. But that will be up to the S&P to see what happens there. Okay, 7:20. I'm just going to do this for 10 more minutes. Okay. Tesla looking at the low. RGTI looking at, well, already into a new low. Nvidia looking breaking bear. Oh, still looking for a higher low than this. Not looking like a great day to close off the week. We need the bulls to step in here. ACI. I'm waiting for a 4-hour bounce on JCI, so I have room to play. Just ideally we see a bounce sooner than later. Baba's still looking okay. Looking back up at the high. Yeah, SPY's the main thing. We need this to bottom out now. Or if we break the low, don't get any follow through. JP Morgan still holding up relatively. Finance still in this equilibrium. Nvidia breaking out in a big way. Breaking down, sorry. Facing the low of the day. SPY right at the low of yesterday. Either we hold here or we break and with an immediate bounce back up, but not ideal. Not how you want to close the week out. You want to close the week out strong so that we see continuation next week. So S&P, if we close here, yeah, we could end up, yeah, so we got a weekly breakout with no follow through into a pullback, which is not what you want to see ideally, like, so it would give us caution as a bull overall in the market. Microsoft looking towards yesterday's low. Apple still holding up. Palantir seeing more downside. And we're breaking the low of 607.03. Oh, we're holding by 1 penny at this time. But even if we hold here, we're still just looking for a lower high than the high of the day. Let's see if there's any other. GCI, what are you doing to me? Okay, so we've got everything up to the 1 hour is oversold. Our GTI just big wake up. Couldn't get above this resistance. Couldn't get above it. Ideally, we don't lose the low of that yesterday. But that's what we're looking towards at this time. We got a little bit of support here. And then the low. All right, I guess Tesla's heading towards the low. Have this 4 hour head and shoulders to watch out for. So JCI is the only trade I'm taking so far. Might be something else. SPY breaking through the low of yesterday. Ideally, we don't see follow through at this point, but it looks like we might be. So we're looking for a we changed the 4-hour trend. Yeah, so we broke out. Overall, we broke out and didn't get a lot of follow through. We've got this upper trend line that I've been watching. On the S&P, that's still very much resistance in a rising wedge. So that's what we're looking at here. Very clear. We want to see the 5-minute just bounce now. If we can hold this candle and not break further, then that would be the best sign that we just want to flush and go. But doesn't look great overall. Finance sector still in its equilibrium here. It's one of the stronger sectors. SMH. Yeah, definitely broke bear on it. So finance is the only thing really holding up. But with everything else pulling back, might pull it down with it. But we still have a lot of room for the high of yesterday. We do have a head and shoulders we're watching now. Alert on Tesla. Okay, I might just sell my Tesla. Let's see how we're doing. Yeah. All right. SPY. Pausing a little bit. See if this is just to stop people out, and we will need a five-minute bounce to kind of give us any hope of that. Otherwise, we are looking down. Amazon. Okay, Amazon has a bit of a head and shoulders right here. Okay, I'm interested in Amazon now. Definitely interested in Amazon. First hour or 4-hour oversold after an all-time high. I'm interested in Amazon. Okay, I'm gonna end my live stream now, and I will try and do this on Monday, Tuesday. All right, bye.